Hello, good to see you. Come on in. Just in time for your Scorpio October 2020 tarot reading and forecast. Great to see the subscribers back again. Incidentally, I was going to say that if there's things that you're worried about or have decisions to make or concerned about things going on in the background, you can consult me, and the details of which are in the description box below. But right now we're going to do your Scorpio October 2020 tarot reading. So let's see what there is. I'm going to take 5 cards and then together we'll go through and we'll see what they mean. So let's take one from in here, shall we? There's the Ace of Cups. That's a good card. Oh, 2 here. What are they? This one first. The 6 of Wands, and that is Justice. Let's have a look at the 4th card. The Knight of Cups, quite interesting indeed. And what is this? There are the Lovers, Major Arcana number 6, as you probably well know. Okay, let's do the usual. Get together, we'll have a good close look at these cards while I do the reading for you. Now, next month's reading will be published on the, the 7th of October, at 2 p.m. US Eastern Time. A couple of angels up here, so let's have a look at these angels, shall we? For Scorpio, the most blessed of signs. Here we have the Ace of Cups for you. Isn't that a beautiful image? Well, this is a lot about you, and I think the people who are going to be important to you during this period are Libra and Sagittarius. The Ace of Cups is the angel constellation. Actually, the constellation is probably Aquarius, but this angel governs the fall equinox, or in the southern hemisphere, the spring equinox, and it is the element of water, lunar, with pure wings of the dove. It is yin. You've heard of yin and yang? Well, it's yin, that feminine principle. Internal and soft as a river, it flows around rocks where fire might blast through them. The Ace of Cups is like the moon. It is internal looking and cyclic. And the emotions often associated with the suit of cups have a very real and important reason to exist. They are the messengers of the subconscious, just like angels. Angelos, the Greek word, angel, means messenger. Angelos means messenger in Greek, and that's where we get angels from. Well, the angels are like a messenger of God. Emotions are only what lies on the surface, though. Beneath are waters that are very deep, the reservoir of all human knowledge that we have inherited from our ancestors and their ancestors back to the very oldest of all living things on earth in an unbroken chain. It is a very ancient and wise thing, and it speaks to us through emotions, dreams, visions, gut feelings, your intuition, psychic phenomenon. Now, I don't know where the bottom of this water is. I think perhaps it has no bottom, and it connects us all in a collective unconscious. You are the steward of a very ancient bloodline. Now, with free will comes free will of love when you transcend the biological demands of the subconscious and truly begin to decide how you want to love, openly and without judgment or caution, without expectation of return, with purpose, compassionately. This is the kind of powerful flowing force that is yin, and it can gently move mountains and shape the earth. The cup of unconditional love is being offered to you now. Will you drink from it? This speaks very highly and positively for those in partnered relationships, and it clearly also speaks to the commencement of a new fulfilling relationship if you're not presently partnered. Let's have a look at this other angel then, shall we? And see what it has to say for you. Who are you, angel? What's this sigil here? Oh, this must be this Six of Wands is the Archangel Michael. I can tell because it has this mystical signature on his head. Now, Michael, his name means who is like God. He is a warrior that commands the armies of God. His fire and life force interact with things directly and with force, with vengeance and righteousness. His weapon here is the flaming spear, burning a trail through the dark forest, making a way forward. This dragon he destroys is darkness. He destroys it with direct force and illumination by going straight through like a penetrating army. Now, in this painting, Michael's wings, to me anyway, resemble dark mountain peaks, and there are legions of angels. You see them up here, flying in the sky. Michael comes down to the earth, to the pits of hell, and slays demons and dragons. And I think this energy here is to slay your dragons. The dragons are whatever opposes you or your situation. Spiritually, the dragons are darkness and ignorance within yourself. You illuminate this darkness with fire, with the fire of Michael. This is also a marriage of these seemingly opposite elements, the angel and the dragon or demon, a being from heaven and a being from hell. But both, both are part of you. One is your higher self or genius, and one is your lower self, your subconscious. A marriage of heaven and hell, angelic and demonic. Your demons are part of you. They protect you. They do have a purpose. Now you can remove them, kill them, suppress them, chain them, but that will be destroying a beautiful aspect of yourself. It is far better to cleave to them, to move to them, to integrate them, to appreciate them, and become a well-rounded, strong human being of dark and light, than a shallow facsimile with a cracking facade, using all of your energy to hold back the tide of things you deem unworthy to be you. It is all you. Embrace it and integrate it. Marry it. Love it. This is actually an important part of the Lover's card also, which is turned up here for you, so these messages are very apt. This is Jupiter ruling the second decan of Leo, the second to the third, I think, to the 12th of August. Now, Jupiter is all about love, expansion, and philosophy, and this combines well with the creativity of Leo, and so you have success in achieving your goals. Leo is also ruled by the Sun, as you probably know, and so there is, for me, in this card here, also an association in the number 6 with the Sun. Mystically, I have the Sun ruling the number 6. I have the Jupiter in Leo. Leo is ruled by the Sun. This number 6 actually to me also has a great mystical association with Krishna consciousness or with Christ consciousness. So you have lots of Sun here and you have Jupiter, so there's lots of harmony and balance. Leo is giving you confidence and creativity, while Jupiter bestows expansiveness and develops you. I think you're going to feel inspired to continue with things. You'll be obtaining recognition from other people. for things that you've done, and I suspect that you actually might quite enjoy being in the limelight. Now, this really does speak of victory over past troubles. I suspect you've had a couple of difficulties, and I think that what's going to happen is that you're going to overcome them. But you will remember how you got to where you were and how you defeated them, and this is going to make you stronger. This is saying to you that all is well. You've worked hard to get where you are, and now it's time to start reaping rewards. You're going to have a lot of high self-confidence from Leo. So you'll have that confidence to go forward and even to set new goals, and probably also to, I think, improve your learning and understanding of particular things. Do what you're planning to do, because the moment promises success. You have to ask yourself, though, what specifically is it that you want to achieve? Do you have a step-by-step reasonable action plan to get to what you want to achieve? What does victory mean for you? This is Michael, the Archangel, the Lord of Victory. Say to yourself, I am now ready to enjoy success in my life. Every event in my life brings me closer to my final goal, and my victory brings benefits to all involved. Now, given that we mentioned this card here, that the Archangel mentioned to us, let's have a quick look at it, shall we? Here is the Lovers. Now, what is the meaning of this card for you at this time with these other cards around it? Meanings, of course, change depending, as you would expect, depending on what is pulled. Now, the meaning of this card, I think, really centers around the reconciliation of opposites, but that was what this was talking about as well in some respect, wasn't it there? I mean, it definitely was. This is the children of the voice divine, the oracle of the mighty gods. It is Mercury ruling Gemini with Dragon's Head exalted, Dragon's Head being, as you would know, that north node of the moon. Well, attraction, love, approaching things, connection with people, the union of opposites through love, becoming conscious through relationship. I think it's also the case that you'll have the need to look at all angles before making a decision. There's a very good chance here, I think, that you're going to be called upon to become a peacemaker or a mediator in a dispute between people. There's also, I think, here the need to make what is going to turn out to be quite a major decision in your life. That is, there are going to be choices on the direction of the life ahead of you. Now, it may not actually even at the time seem to you to be a major decision, but looking back on it, you're going to go, aha, I know why I'm here now, and it's positive, because I think you're going to do a list of pros and cons and work it out. You could well find that there is a mutual sexual attraction and connection. But again, this is major arcana, so it's not going to be a one-night stand. No, not at all. Let's have a look at it again in connection with these other cards that are around it. What do we see here? This is the Prince of Cups and this is Justice. So I think what's going to happen here is that you're going to have also, in this context here, a really extraordinary gift in dealing with people of all ages. You're going to have an acute understanding of paradox, of opposition and polarity of things. You'll be committed, I think, to the unification things. Look, if you're not a therapist, I think you're going to make a very good amateur therapist, because I think that people are going to be coming to you and maybe asking you for some help with things that are going on in their lives. Relationships are an issue here, and there's a time for you to I think there's a time for you to prune off some people and to deepen relationships with others. Sometimes there can be triangular relationships which come about here. This is not just romantic things, but there can be other people coming into relationships or having a bearing on relationships. Could be business or work or something like this. I think that this is also a time here for getting that pruning and also coming together. So there is a time here for decisions around getting together. Could be marriage, could be moving in, living with your loved one, or there could be breakups or divorces or separations involved as well. I hope that's not you, because it's an awful situation to be in. That's what that's saying at the moment. Shall we have a look at this? What is it? Knight of Cups. Okay. Let's see what this has to say. The Knight of Cups. Now, Knight of Cups, you are sitting underneath the angel of the Ace, and you are diagonally opposite the Archangel Michael. Libra is going to be important to you, I think, during this time. Yeah. As a knight, esoterically, he's air, and in the Sutta of Cups, he's water, so it's the airy part of water. And so there's a great degree of elasticity involved in people's relationships and events around you, perhaps some volatility and the requirement for equilibrium or stillness to be brought back together on things, because air and water together can actually whip up huge seas, can't they? Or they can be like a beautiful pond. Now, if this is another person in your life, and it can sometimes be, you see, I call him the Prince of the Chariot of Waters, and as a man, or it could be a woman, of course, but I'll refer to him as a man because it's presented as the knight. Well, he's someone who is completely without conscience in the ordinary sense of the word. He is perfectly ruthless and cares intensely for power, for information, and his own aims. He feels no responsibility for others and can't be relied upon. Really caring, as I say, intensely for power and information. And if you're ever in any doubt as to where you stand in relation to him, then I can tell you that you stand behind him. He puts himself as number one. But with him, the element, I'm getting some Scorpio around here as well as an energy. So the energy of this air and water coming in here, well, which is Libra and Scorpio. That's why I think that other Libra might be important to you as well. The air together with the water of Scorpio can come together to make him quite an intense character. As a fast river flows, so does he, trying to get the most out of life as is possible. Now, he has a real ability to detach, and that ability to detach, I think, comes from this Libra energy that I'm getting, because Libra is an air sign. And so he can detach himself from the heavy, intense, controlling emotions that can sometimes rise up in Scorpio. Look, usually he's very poised and in control of his emotions, but he can be detached and cool, but this can often be a front for insecurity and fear. Yeah. Some of the moral qualities that might be associated with him are that he has a great degree of subtlety, a secret violence and craft. He is intensely secret, and he can be quite artistic as well. On the surface, he appears to be calm, but this really masks an intense passion. He is somebody who is, as I say, someone who feels no responsibility for other people, and he can't be relied upon. Now, he does appear calm, but this does mask a passion and intensity that can make him quite volatile. He's got a lot to offer, an immense ability, but again, he can't be relied upon. His main responsibility is to himself, and he can be secretive, hiding his deepest desires. It's a person who could well be in the arts or the music or fashion, which can extend to, beauty, clothing, makeup, hair, those types of things. He's very good at providing insight into other people's lives, as he's usually done everything himself. He's been there and done that, and so can be quite supportive in that respect. But at worst, he's cruel, selfish, and reckless. But for you, I think what this is saying is that you need to accept your sexual needs and passion and live them out with awareness. You'll discover a lot in this process. Give yourself totally to the experience and observe yourself in it. And I suppose you want to ask yourself, what secret wishes are you unwilling to admit to? Say to yourself, I now live out my sexual desires. This makes me more vital and fulfilled. So you see, he's not all bad, is he? He's bringing to us the message that we should understand that we have come here to Earth to live as humans, and if everything is between consenting adults, then everything is fair enough, I think. Now here we have this card here, which is, she looks like the goddess Mart, which is justice. Okay, justice. What do you have to say to my friend here now? You who are the daughter of the Lords of Truth, the ruler of balance. Well, this is Venus ruling Libra with Saturn exalted. Now, Libra emphasizes that the energy of this card is all about balance and equilibrium. There's a sort of a karmic cause and effect going on here, bringing a situation into balance. But this is what we were talking about here with the lovers as well, were we not? That was talking very much about the integration of opposites. Well, that's almost a question of balance, isn't it? Because things, when they're unbalanced, they're opposite. And then you bring them into balance. I think you're going to be getting justice in relation to actions which have gone on in the past. And there will be a period of you balancing and adjusting things to bring about peace and equilibrium. I suspect that with this major decision that is probably coming up with you here, as we've seen in this card here, this is saying that you're not just going to run off and do it willy-nilly. Rather, what is going to happen is that there's going to be some self-control involved here, and you may have a suspension of action pending decision. There's a period of objectivity and standing back. Yeah. I think it's also the case that really what is going to be going is that there is a period here where you are going to be standing back, as I say, and taking stock of your life to see what is useful and what should be let go. Think clearly about your life ahead and be aware that all your actions have consequences, because this is that karmic energy that's coming through here. Getting a clear vision of possibilities and choices ahead of you and applying your insights that you have gained so far is what's going to happen, so that you have a rich, rewarding and balanced life. It's about discovering and then following your true path and what gives it the most meaning. It can really represent cutting through all the dross. I think other people are going to find you to have strong leadership ability here. It's a good time to maybe start something like a gym program or an exercise regime, or to balance the checkbook in something like that. Pay attention to what situations in your daily life tend to throw you off balance. Discover the conditions under which you find harmony again, and carry this quality with you more and more as you move through your daily activities. And say to yourself, I am balanced and centered. I am. I rest in my own center. I honor my word. I value being truthful in difficult situations. The abundance and beauty of nature is a reflection of my own nature. What a really fascinating spread of cards for you. Well done, Scorpio. That's the way it is for you this month. Well, I hope you enjoyed that reading as much as I did providing it to you. It's my great pleasure to provide these monthly readings for you. So, of course, just please like and subscribe. It does actually help the channel, and it would help me be seen by a number of other people as well. You were fantastic during that reading. You did a really good job. Now, the only other thing that's left for me to say is this, that you are a legend, and I look forward to seeing you again next month. Until then, it's bye for now.